Hey guys, welcome to Amanda's Favorites. Are you someone who will look at daily planners online for hours, clicking back from picture to picture to do comparisons just to find the right one? If that's you, you have clicked on the right video today because I have taken the most popular daily planners on the market, 11 to be exact, you guys, and I have planned the exact same day in every single one of them so that you can see exactly how it will look to use it in real life. I'm also going to go through and just talk about some things to maybe consider with each one, pros and cons. So this is your ultimate daily planner comparison video. At the end of it, I will share with you my personal favorite daily planner, which is all based on personal preferences. And if you're thinking of picking up any of these products, make sure to check down below because I have discount codes on almost every single one of these planners. You don't want to miss out on those. And if you're not already supporting another creator, I also have affiliate links on almost every single one. If you click through to the website through my affiliate link, you are supporting my channel more than you would think. Now, without further ado, let's jump in. We're going to start with probably two of the most popular daily planners on the market. And we're going to look at these two side by side because I think these are compared so many times. In fact, I have past comparison videos of the Erin Condren and the Simplified side by side. This is the brand new revamped Erin Condren. We will also do a quick swipe through of if these include a weekly dashboard in them. But if you really want all the details and a full walkthrough of these planners, I have a detailed review video on every single planner in this video today. That's where you will find all the details. So if one catches your eye, then definitely click on over to the full review video. Here is a look at the 7x9 Erin Condren Daily Duo versus the Simplified Daily. I do want to mention that the Erin Condren Daily Duo also comes in an A5 size here, which probably the page size is more comparable to the Simplified. Erin Condren comes in 2 books. It is 6 months in each book. Simplified is your entire year in one book. They both have amazing 80-pound paper, but their paper is very different. Simplified paper is smooth, and Erin Condren paper has tooth to it. Tooth just means a little bit of texture, which grabs whatever pen you're using and kind of pulls it in faster. I personally love both of these different kind of papers. I have really grown to love the Simplified new paper. They changed their paper. I can't remember if it was 2 years ago or probably with this year's version, it's probably 3 years ago. I really like their new 80-pound paper. They used to be 70-pound before then. So if you haven't used them in 2 to 3 years, then you probably haven't used their new 80-pound paper. I feel it takes all pen really well. And although these papers are very different, like I said, they are both 80-pound. Here is a look at their layout. Erin Condren goes from 6 a.m. to 7 p.m., but you do have an extra slot that you could take it up to 8 p.m. Simplified goes from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m., but they don't have half-hour line slots. So if you constantly need half hours, you could do a dividing like dotted line down the middle. You could do a thin washi tape down the middle, or you can just use the middle as a dividing line for your half hours. What I usually do, since I don't need every half-hour line slot, is if my appointment was at 1:30, I would just write in 1:30 here at 1 p.m. and then write the appointment. But if you're someone who has a lot more appointments or likes to time block your day, then you might like these bigger slots from Erin Condren where you also get half-hour lines on the dotted line. So these are the exact same days planned out. Of course, the 7x9 page has more room. Your Erin Condren has 13 to-do tick-offs. Your Simplified has 16. You do have a notes room down here on your Simplified, but you do have a notes room now on your new Erin Condren. This is the brand new Erin Condren, which they just made some changes to. So if you have one that starts before July 2024, this is the academic year, then you won't have these changes. Each one has a spot up top where you could write somebody's birthday or a reminder for the day. There's plenty of header room there. In the Erin Condren, you have 3 different design themes to choose from. So this is the colorful design theme where it will bring in the color of the month in the line up top. In Simplified, you don't have any design themes to choose from. Every day of the week is given a different colored flag, and that is the same throughout the entire planner. Let's talk about how the weekends are done in each one of these planners. I did not plan out a weekend day in these planners, but in the Erin Condren, you get a full page for Saturday and Sunday, you guys. In Simplified, you have your page divided vertically, and you still get 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. time slots. You only have 4 to do tick off boxes and a tiny note room. Of course, you could make all these just to do items here and just put a little tick off here if you more need to run your life by to-dos on the weekend and not by hourly. Since your Simplified is all in one book, that is why the weekends are condensed to one page, and there are no weekly layouts in between or extra notes pages in between months. There are a couple notes pages at the front. All those details are in my full walkthrough video. Here's what your monthly calendar looks like. In the Simplified, it's a typical Sunday start, and holidays are on there. Holidays are also noted on your dailies at the top. In the Erin Condren, you have a full lined notes page at the end of every week opposite your Sunday. So that could be for journaling, for your grocery list. That could be for mapping out anything for the week you need. Then you turn and you have another full lined page, as well as a weekly layout. You have a weekly layout in your Erin Condren Daily Duo. These are some reasons why it's divided into 2 6-month books, because of these extra pages, which obviously take up extra room, especially when you have mega thick paper. So these are not dated. They said they wanted to leave that flexible so that you could use it for the week before or the week after, but it is before every single week. So when you start a new week, you get a lined page to go with it, as well as your full weekly layout. This could be for meal planning, a look at your timed appointments. This could be for a look at your kids' work schedule or just your workouts. There are so many uses for this page in a daily planner. This can eliminate the need for a lot of people to have a weekly planner along with it. As you see, the colors change every single month. And like I said, so do the lines up top. They really do flow with the seasons. Of course, this is the colorful design. They have a neutral design called Canvas. They also have a bold blooms design. And I have all those designs in one comparison video for you. We will link that down in the description along with all of these discount codes. So here's a 6-month book from Erin Condren in the Daily Duo. This is your full year from Simplified. I do always think when you have a hardcover on a book, it does add to the heft and weight of the book. So even though this one's a little bit bigger, I feel like they feel about the same weight. I mean, the page size in this one is bigger, and this one feels a little more portable because it does not have the hardcover on it, and it has the coil, which can really withstand being thrown in and out of a bag. Well, it's hard to pick just 1 or 2 or 3 things about the Erin Condren that's my favorite. But I do love the generous page size of a 7x9 daily planner. I love the extra space for notes pages for every week and your weekly plan. And I just personally always love the Erin Condren colors flowing with the seasons and the Erin Condren tabs and the feel of the Erin Condren in hand. Some of my favorite things about the Simplified are honestly the simple page layout. I have personally used Simplified for many years in my life. I was using it before I even started this channel. And I do love the changes Erin Condren made to her page this year by taking off the mini calendar, bumping up the to-do list, giving us a lot more notes room. But this has always been the daily planner page that I have gravitated to. It feels so good I always pop it up by the ring like that because your finger fits in it. I carry it around the house. I stick a pin in here. However, I don't want to ruin the surprise at the end, but this is not going to be my number one. So those are just some of the things to think about between probably the 2 most popular daily planners. And I know you're probably saying, Amanda, you've left out the Dapper Desk. Dapper Desk has the exact same page layout, just no colors, but just know there is a bound book option if you are looking for that with Simplified. Sprouted Daily Planner is a newer planner on the market. It is so versatile. She has really listened to her customers. She added a coil this year instead of the O-ring. You have lines on your monthly, which so many people love. You have some really thoughtful reflection questions every single month, along with a lined page there every single month. So you definitely have room for monthly planning and a dot grid page. You have full pages for Saturday and Sunday, and you also have a weekly layout, just like the Erin Condren, except Sprouted has dates on their weekly layout. You have a little room for focus planning up here. You have a lot of to-do list tick-offs here and a dot grid down here. So your holidays are on there and everything. With the Erin Condren, it's not, because their week at a glance is not dated. I have spent quite a bit of time in this Sprouted planner this year. So the daily planners that I've probably spent the most time in, I'll tell you as we go through them. I've spent a lot of time in the Erin Condren Daily Duo. I've spent a lot of time in Simplified over the years. And this year I've spent a lot of time in the Sprouted Daily. And I have really loved it, you guys. I will tell you what I have loved about it. It has 80-pound paper. It is not extra smooth. It's not as smooth as Simplified, but it's not as toothy as Erin Condren. I feel like it's kind of in between those, but it is a good 80-pound paper. Here is the setup of your day. You have room for a focus or somebody's birthday to remember, and that is not just in the header. That is an actual box there. That could also be your dinner every day. It could be the weather. It could be your workout. So there's a dedicated box at the top. One of my very favorite things about the Sprouted planner is that she has continued her lines into this graph grid section over here. So this could be a separate list for you. But for me, this is never a separate list. This is where I can carry over when I'm writing things that are longer than this small line. So something I forgot to mention when we were looking here, if you see these little numbers on every single one, I measured these lines. So Simplified is 2.25 lines here and 2.1 lines on your tick-offs. So these lines are shorter than your hourly lines. That's a big deal to me, because I always seem to be running out. I like to put a lot of detail in what I'm doing so I can remember it. And I seem to always want to run out of room here. So a lot of times I've used my Simplified planner in an unorthodox way. I will just list out my to-dos, kind of where I think they're going in the day hourly. And since the lines line up, I will write all the way across. I'm going to make sure to mention these line lengths from now on. The Erin Condren 7x9, you have 3-inch lines because it's a 7x9 page. 3-inch lines on both sides. So they actually made the page even here. I don't know why Simplified didn't make their page even, but I do love that these are 3-inch lines here and 3-inch lines here. That's why I like to use the 7x9 when I use the Erin Condren. And these lines in the Erin Condren A5 are, I should have measured with the tick off on this one. It is 2.5 and 2.5. They split the page exactly on this one too. Now let's jump back into the Sprouted. This line is 2.25. And if you continue, it goes to 3.5 inches. So that is making it even bigger than the Erin Condren Daily Duo at 3 inches in the 7x9. So you are having a smaller planner here, but you are getting a longer line if you're someone who likes to write out longer to-do list items. You still get your schedule, and it starts at 5 a.m. and goes till 10 p.m. and has half-hour dotted line slots. I really like how she did that, because you can either write bigger and ignore the light half-hour line, or you can write smaller if you need to use the half-hour line slot. I like that half your page is not taken up with your time slots, because I still get a schedule to work from, but I get more room for my to-do list items. She has a top 3 up here if you want to use it that way. It could be breakfast, lunch, dinner. It could be used in any way, you know, your workout, your kids' work schedule, and the weather or something. Since there's no lines, I feel like it leaves it open to if you just wanted to write one big focus for the day also. And then you have your notes room down here, and you have another little header at the bottom that I'm thinking that a daily gratitude would be perfect down there, or that could be your dinner box. So I really love the way that the Sprouted page is designed. The Sprouted planner comes in a 6-month book. So this is only 6 months. They are normally sold together, just like Erin Condren. They are both sold in a set. But right now, since half the year is over, she's going to selling them for the discounted price at only one of the books. And I have a discount code like I do for almost all these companies. So make sure to look down below if you are looking to make a purchase. I really have enjoyed this Sprouted planner, you guys. And like I said, I spent a good deal of time in it, and it's quickly become on my list of favorite daily planners. We are going to go through all the coiled options first, and then we'll do a couple of bound options that I have at the very end. This is the Cultivate What Matters Season by Season Daily Planner. This is a full year in one book. They do have weekly refresh pages in between every week. So you have this page, it is dated. It kind of just tells you to look at what's ahead. What are you focusing on that week? It has a habit tracker. Here is your monthly layout in the Cultivate. They have very generous line spacing in the Cultivate. So if you are someone who writes bigger, then this might be a planner to look at for you. They also have your half-hour time slots, kind of how Sprouted did it, with the lighter line in the middle. So if you want to write big, you could write big over both of them, or you can use them as actually the half-hour line slots. Once again, there is header space for you to write in somebody's birthday there. There are 12 tick-off boxes on this one. Like I said, because there's such generous line spacing, your lines are 2.25 on each side. You have room to write a priority for the day right up here. It kind of can easily be missed. I actually missed it as I was filling out this planner because there's not a box or anything around it. You have a checkoff for every day of 10 to my goals, express gratitude, and encourage someone. So if those are things you want to be thinking of every day, and you have a today's win. I really like that box because it makes me focus on a gratitude or a win for the day. Every page is numbered. So if you needed to make an index for your Cultivate What Matters planner, you can. Let's talk about how the weekend is done in the Cultivate planner. Saturday and Sunday are horizontally on the page. There are no time slots. There are just lines. There are 7 lines down, and there is a column. So you could have 2 different lists. You could have times on one side and to-dos on the other. Or if you need to write longer, you could write all the way across. And then you have a what I am grateful for this week. The Cultivate What Matters paper is only 70 pound in their daily, but it is still a really nice paper. You can see it's not having problems with bleed through. I've highlighted in every single planner, but I have full pen testing with all different pens and the highlighters and the markers and everything in every single detailed planner review video. So the Cultivate What Matters planner being an all-one book, it is a pretty thick book. The same as Simplified, really, I feel like. Let's pull in the Simplified here. I do love the rounded corners on the Cultivate. I just have a personal preference of that because I think how things feel in hand are super important. You have no color in this planner and your tabs are just a cream with gold. Your Simplified planner tabs are all the fun Simplified colors that their brand is so well known for and that the days of the week rotate through. All right, next up, we're moving into something a little bit different. It is an undated planner by MäksēLife. This was just revamped by MäksēLife. They have taken their goal planning out of their daily planner. So it is a 6-month undated daily planner. It does come with monthly stickers to go on your tabs. So that is nice that it does come with that. MäksēLife has 20 boxes going down, so a lot of tick offs. It has a 3, like a top 3 for the day could go there, or anything else you want with those 3 tick off boxes. You have a box to write the date in. You have a focus box for the day. And then you have time slots right here where you just write in your timed appointments. It's very, very light. The printing is super light on this, but hopefully you can see it on the screen that you have the double dots there to be able to write in your timed events. And then you have the dot grid at the bottom for notes and 3 boxes down here. It could be for something like your workout, the weather, your kid's work schedule, whatever you need those 3 boxes to be. Could be 3 gratitudes for the day. It's a hardcover. It has a band. It is on a spiral coil, and it has a weekly layout for you guys. Let me turn to one that I haven't written in. So you have your Monday through Sunday and room to write the dates underneath each one, the week of, the focus for the week. And once again, these weekly layouts are a game changer in a daily planner. Then you just have your 7 blank undated days of the week, and then you go into your next weekly layout. At the end of your month, you get a dot grid page, and then you get your blank undated monthly layout. They do sell date stickers, and I go over all that in my review video. And then you just go right back into your daily pages. There is a pretty good note section at the back, which the Erin Condren planner has a lot of notes pages, but the Erin Condren notes pages are dispersed throughout. Also, something I forgot to mention, some of these planners come with stickers, some don't, but the Erin Condren comes with the most of any of them, and that is 4 pages of stickers. All the pockets and stickers and all of those details are in each review video. So it's nice that you have a good bulk of lined notes pages here, 33 notes pages to not have to carry around a notebook with you, a pocket, and a band on this one. That is your MäksēLife Daily. It is A5 size, although it feels a little bit bigger than an A5 to me with that big coil, but the band still makes it very portable. All right, next up is Plum Paper. Plum Paper actually has so many different options, and this is just one of the options. This is their A5 option. You can also get it in 7x9. You can get it unpunched. You can get 3 different colorways, I think, 2 different colorways, and a neutral one. They actually have 2 different daily page options. One has a timed schedule on it, and this is the one without the timed schedule. You can customize these sections as I have. All these words up here are customized, or you can leave them blank so that they could change from day to day or week to week. So Plum Paper has a lot of options for you. This is a really nice 70-pound paper that is crafted by Mohawk just for Plum Paper. It is a very smooth paper though. Not slick, but probably the smoothest of all the coiled planners that I'm showing you here today. You have a top 3 with shaded boxes, and those change based on the color of the month. You have a spot that is made to put in your time and then your appointments, but I have made that for like my channel work. So basically that's my work column, and I would just use this for a tick off box, and then I would write my things for the day because I made this my home. I made this my tomorrow. This was my Instagram notes. Like, what am I doing that there for the day? And this was my gratitude. But I tried to show you on this page how I filled out the other planners. So I did put a timed appointment into there. I didn't use it the way that I have it labeled outside of the box. You have 16 tick off boxes here. Your lines are 2.25 inches in the A5 size. For every month, you have this dashboard page. It is a very slick page though. I find that I need to write on it with like a Sharpie, extra fine tip marker because most pens smear on this page. Actually, I don't want to wipe my hand across it because then I'm going to have ink on my hand for the whole video. Okay, I had a piece of painter's tape near. So that can show you. Unless you want to give your gel ink pens time to dry, then you're going to need to use a Sharpie extra fine tip marker. But you do have that monthly dashboard page and then a monthly lined notes page opposite it for planning for the month. They do not have a week at a glance view in here. Then you go into your monthly layout, which is not hooked to the tab. The dashboard is hooked to the tab. You have your monthly layout, holidays on there, holidays also noted on your daily pages, dotted here. And they really use all the page real estate, as you can tell on the monthly layout. So even though it's only an A5 size, I feel like these boxes are very ample for an A5 size. You also can add on any add-on sections you want in Plum Paper. Like this is a whole note section, but you can add on other sections. So it is very customizable and I feel like very portable with the flexible cover and the small coil. You can start this any month you want and you can put up to a certain number of months in it. I did just a 6-month daily to make it very portable. I forgot to mention for Plum Paper, you have full pages for Saturday and Sunday, your full dated pages there. So if you're looking for something you can customize and really make your own and start any month, you should definitely take a look at Plum Paper. Next up is Day Designer. Day Designer, we're going to take a look at both their sizes, their original and their mini size. It's a full year in one book for Day Designer. You have a top 3 for the day. You have a do, a dollars, a dinner, and a don't forget. So lots of boxes in the Day Designer. You do have a header room up here. You could write somebody's birthday up there. You have a quote every single day. You have your day and date up there very small in the right-hand corner. For your time slots, you have 5 a.m. to 9 p.m. in the original size, and you have 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. in the mini size. The original size has 3-inch lines on each side, and it's a little bit bigger page than 7x9, but it has those 3-inch lines, which pretty much line up with the Erin Condren 7x9 line sizes. There is so much room here. You could definitely put a dotted line down the middle if you want half-hour line slots there. You have 17 tick-off boxes in the original, and you have 13 in the mini. Where I wrote my orders here, you would have used up more room there all the way down and more. So I wrote my orders in the notes at the bottom, but you have a notes in each. You have a daily gratitude in each. And then you just have the bottom header kind of basically marked off to not use. That's a very hard spot to write in anyway. You have gold tabs in every single one of their planners, but they do have amazing, beautiful covers, and the inside colors coordinate with that. Saturday and Sunday are split vertically down the page. You have 5 a.m. to 9 p.m. in the original size. You have 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. on the weekends. In the mini size, you have a top 3 at the top for each day, still with a quote. You have Saturday and Sunday, the dates combined up there. And if you don't want to use the time slots, of course, you could just use this down as a to-do list. And then you have this really interesting feature. You have a next week down here. These boxes are not huge, especially in the mini, but you could definitely use it to plan meals for the week or your major appointments for the day for the week. You would have to maybe put a tab on this page and be flipping back here throughout the week. But you do have a place at least for meals or appointments, mapping out your next week on your Saturday and Sundays. They don't have a week at a glance. Here's what your monthly looks like. It's a really big header space at the top. So if you're someone who likes to put stickers or decorate or put quotes or goals up there, you have a notes section. They have a Monday start only on their monthly layout. So that is something to note. Their holidays are noted with flags, and then they have these grayed out diagonal lines on the weekend. That is just kind of for your brain to differentiate the weekend from the week, which is interesting because I've started drawing a line around my weekends if I have a Monday start, so my brain can register that it's the weekend. So they are already doing that for you there. You don't have any extra notes pages at the end here, and there are a few months, depending on which side the page they end on, that you get a notes page in between months. It would be on the back of your tabbed monthly page, but a lot of months don't have that. It just depends on where your month ends. So some months have it and some months don't. That is your day designer. All right, this is our last coiled, but it's not really a coiled. This is a disc bound option. These are all from a company called She Plans. It's a small company, as several of these are, but she has a couple of different options. She has a bound daily book, which is her biggest page. It goes from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. You have half-hour line slots. There's your date. And you have room for a top 3 or a focus for the day or whatever you want to put in that box. You have room for a header for somebody's birthday or anything you want up there. If I counted right, there are 23 lines here to put your to-dos. The lines are 2.75 inches and you have a little extra space on either end there. But it's a very clean daily planner layout in a portable book that is done by the quarter. So it's a sewn book. She sells these covers for them too. And it is done quarterly. You have full pages for Saturday and Sunday. And you guys, you get a weekly layout with She Plans in this sewn book where you can have a blank box, a to-do list room, and every day of the week laid out. So that is such an awesome option that so many more daily planners are now adding in. You have nice, clean monthly layouts, a big header at the top, notes room, typical Sunday start there. So these are your She Plans quarterly sewn books. She also sells date stickers for them. And because they are done by the quarter and sewn books, not only are they portable, but they are so affordable to just try 1 quarter at a time. She has 70-pound paper in these books, rounded corners. In her disc bound, she has 80-pound paper. Her paper is smooth but not slick. The disc bound has smoother paper than the sewn book. The sewn book, I feel, is a little more toothy. This is pretty smooth paper but not slick. She has a dated option, which is basically just like your sewn book, but taken down to, I believe these are half-page sizes, not A5, if I'm remembering correctly. And of course, with a disc bound, You have so much flexibility. You still have your weekly week at a glance here, just done a little bit differently than the big 7x9 sewn book. You have from 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. with half-hour lines, the same focus room, 20 to-do list lines here, and your big date in the header at the top. Then she offers a plan your way line. This is only one of the page options. In Plan Your Way, you get to pick from numerous weekly or daily layouts, so you could build your own planner this way. This is one of the daily layouts. You get to choose if they're back to back on a page or if you get a dot grid opposite it. So just more notes and list room for the day. You can order a whole pack of her Plan Your Way designs to try out every single weekly and daily undated layout she has in her Plan Your Way line. Here's the one that I picked. You have 3 boxes up top. You can write the date up there. You have to-do list tick off boxes, a second lined column without the tick off, so you could go all the way across, and a graph grid at the bottom. So here's what it looks like filled out with all my items on there. You have 18 to-do list tick offs, but again, repeated over here. Or if you like to write long like me, and I would probably go all the way across. This column is 2.2 and 2.25, so basically the same, and a nice big header to write your date in there. She Plans does sell these discs and her covers. These discs are from Inkwell Press, so there's lots of different options when you are building a disc-bound planner. Also, you can get whatever size of discs you want and build it as big as you wish. Carry around as many days or months as you wish. All right, you guys, we are gonna go into our last 3 options. They are all bound book options. I had to put Hobonichi in here. So here's a look at my same day filled out in Hobonichi. Number 1, if you're not familiar with Hobonichi, you have to be okay with this paper. You will have a lot of ghosting and show through, not bleed through, but show through. So to me, my next day never feels fully clean. And since I'm a really messy daily planner, I honestly don't love this for my daily planning. I sometimes do it for a nightly brain dump, and other times I use it for just journaling or list keeping. I don't mind journaling on this paper at all. It's just hard for this to be my main planner because of all the show through that comes on there. But it's a really fun planner to try if you never have tried it. As you can tell, everyone loves washi tape in here, including me. It's a very smooth paper, fountain pen lovers love this planner. It has a very small grid and a military time for 24 hours, so that condenses your time down really small. And for me, it's easiest if I just go ahead and write my time on here, because although I do know military time pretty well because I worked at a budget rent-a-car call center when I was in college, and we had to do everything by military time. So it's kind of ingrained in my brain from then, even though that was many, many moons ago. Your daily to-do list could go on all the way down, or you could use this section for journaling or other lists. So you basically have a big blank page with some parameters put in, like the line here is a tiny bit darker, but you could ignore that. You could write all the way across. And I know Hobonichi cousins are used just as much for journaling and scrapbooking and memory keeping as they are for daily planning, but I do think they still house a great number of people using them for daily planning. And I wanted to share it because not only do you have a page for every day of the year, and your colors change for every month of the year, but you also get weekly planning pages in a vertical fashion and a 24-hour timeline once again. And then you have your monthly all up front, and you have really cool things like the Hobonichi yearly 2-page at a glance spread here, where I just think it's so fun, all the things people use these yearlies for. I'm just using it basically for like one thing a day, or something I want to remember from that day. And it's really nice to just glance back over all the months in that way. So Hobonichi Cousin, you cannot get a more portable daily planner where you also get full weekly spreads and can house your entire life in this one A5 size book. It is a magical book. And I always say, if you're in the planner world and you feel an inkling to try Hobonichi and you've never tried it, it is completely worth trying it at least once, and then you will always have it to play in and test out again. You can order from the Hobonichi 1101 store in Japan. At launch time, of course, people love to get their launch freebies, but they also sell them on jet pins here for shipping from America. So you're not paying that extra shipping. You just don't get the extra launch freebie like pin and little gift at launch time for them. And they also offer them on Amazon, but be careful and compare those prices to like the jet pins price to make sure. Sometimes those Amazon prices get super inflated on the Hobonichis. Number 10, guys, we're almost done, is Passion Planner. Passion Planner has amazing 80-pound paper. It is smooth, but not extra smooth. You have a 2-page spread per day. It is a bound book. It is undated. It lasts you for 1 quarter if you use every single page. You have a today's focus. You have a my game changer goal. So basically that's your top 3. You have personal items. You have work items. And then you have a 5 a.m. to 11 p.m. time slots with full half-hour lines in there. You write the date. You circle the day. You have a self-maintenance. Best thing that happened today I learned. Today in 1 word. And my mood. And then a whole space here for journaling, brain dumping, lists for tomorrow, anything you're thinking of. I have used the Passion Planner off and on, also for a daily, and I really have liked it. It is a very functional layout. It also takes into account things to boost your mood, like self-maintenance and best thing that happened today and what did you learn that day. I don't always fill that out, but sometimes I do, and I feel like it really does boost my mood to have that. If you watch out for Passion Planner sales, it's a very affordable daily to try. And since it's undated, you're not committing yourself to it. There are undated months. Of course, you get full pages for Saturday and Sunday since they are undated. And you get the little game changer goal system that is in Passion Planner. It's a very portable book. There is a pocket and a band. And because it's A5 size and just so lightweight and portable, there is your quarter right there of daily pages. So I had to include Passion Planner. All right, last but certainly not least is the beautiful Hemlock and Oak. Now this is a chunky bound daily, you guys. It is even chunkier than Dapper Desk, if you look at that. But it has amazing paper. It has an amazing layout. And so many people love this for journaling, not just planning, and have made this into a beautiful keepsake journal because of the nice linen hardcovers, the beautiful look of the book. It makes a wonderful keepsake journal. They have fabulous 80-pound paper. This is a company trying to do everything sustainably out of Canada. It makes very affordable shipping to the US. Don't forget to check down in the description for all the discount codes if you are purchasing any of these, and my affiliate links are down there too. Here is your Hemlock page. It is a very light graph grid. It is 80-pound, amazing paper, smooth, but not slick. I mean, people love this paper, you guys. You have an intention spot up there. You have a focus spot. Then you have a schedule starting at 5 a.m., but it really could start at 4:30 a.m. to 11 p.m. You really could go all the way till midnight because there's a time slot. You have a little heart down here to motivate you to write, what you are doing for your workout for the day down there. You have lines dedicated to each half hour. You have tick off boxes within the graph grid, every other line. This graph grid is not as small as Hobonichi, but it's a little bit small for me. And so I appreciate that the tick off boxes are every other line because that's about how I like to write in here. You have 3.75 inches to write across on your to-dos. That is so perfect for me. You have plenty of room for any notes or any extra lists you want to write down here. After your to-dos, you have 20 tick-offs there, but if you want to use every single line, that would make it more like 40, and I'm not even counting the top line there. You have just a little header up here. You have the moon cycles. You have a very subdued, beautiful date up there. Here's what your blank pages look like. You also have what day of the week you're on highlighted here at the bottom. This is just a really cool detail down here. And you have the date once again reiterated at the bottom and page numbers in case you need to index this planner. Honestly, I know it would be a huge labor of love, and I'm not into making pretty journaling, but one of these years I have thought about trying to do a daily journal because people just do such beautiful things in here. Of course, mine would probably just be washi tape and stickers, but because this paper is so thick, it can take like your markers and your dark pens. You have your monthly layouts with that same graph grid. It is a Monday start on your monthly layouts. You have the tick off boxes, and with it being such a huge book, it really lays flat very well. Some places you do have to give it a good massage, of course. You have to train it in that place because it's a very thick book. But overall, for how thick this book is, like it lays flat the best of any bound planner that is this thick. Like look at that. It lays flat once you give it a massage. There are no extra notes pages in here because it is already a thick book because of the 80-pound paper. There's no band, but there is a pocket and there is an index, and you have a couple of planning pages and mapping out things in the front, and then you go straight into it. 2 beautiful ribbon bookmarkers that match the cover of your book. It is just a beautifully crafted daily planner. So we're going to end on that note of Hemlock and Oak. I hope it's helped you to see this quick look at 11 planners, going through just the main points and highlights of them. I would love to hear what the top winner is for you. Which one would you be most interested in trying out next in your lineup? Please share that down in the comments with me, or share your favorite daily planner with me that's not even in this video and introduce us all to something new. I can't wait to read these comments. Thanks for being here and spending your time with me. Have a beautiful week, my friends. Take care of yourselves so you can take care of others, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.